Good evening, everyone. This is Karen, and I'm back again this evening to ask you the question of Are you playing double dutch with your yes? And when I ask that, I want you to think about it first. Are you playing double dutch with your yes? Do any of you, some people may not know what double dutch is. I played that as a kid. Great form of exercise, by the way, but who's thinking about that when you're young? So, think about the question, are you playing double dutch with your yes? And tell me what you think that means. It means something different to many people. So, please, when you come in, let me know you're here because your hi matters. And I also want to acknowledge you. And if you're catching it on replay, please put in the comment section hashtag replay. So the question again is, hey Delaspa, the question again is, are you playing double dutch with your yes? When I ask that question, Delaspa, what does that mean to you? Does it make you think about something in a specific way? I think about things in a certain way when I ask the question to myself. So when I'm asking the question to myself, I take a moment to think, to ponder, right? Because you don't want to just come right out and answer the question and not really know what it means. But you have to see how it resonates within you and how it relates to you, if it relates to you. Because it might not relate to you right now in what you're doing, but it could have related to you before you got to where you are now. So when I asked the question, what when I asked the question about are you playing double dutch? Yes, exactly. Are you going all in? All exactly. Exactly. Are you going all the way in when you say yes? Which is it's a good question, right? It's a good thought to have. But when I use the analogy of the double dutch, the rope, you know how when you're standing outside, the rope before you jump in, you're going like this? And it's like to get you ready, right? And that's just to get you ready. And all of a sudden you get in. But if you don't, you hesitate and you stand there. And what is that hesitation? Is it fear? Is it somebody telling you you can't do it? What's the hesitation? What makes you keep standing there going like this? At some point, you got to get in the rope. At some point, you got to get in the rope. You got to get in the rope because all this outside the rope, because everything you need is inside that rope. The blessings are inside that rope. That jumping up and down you do when you get in there, that's how life is. You have some twists, you have some turns, you jump up and down, you fall down, you get tied up in the rope. All of that is inside the rope. You have to get inside the rope in order to see the difference. You got to get inside the rope in order to make sure you know that you can get in there and say, okay, wait, I got the hang of this. I can move both my feet at the same time. You know what? I can do a trick. I can jump up and down on one foot. Double dutch, you can do some of the amazing things in double dutch. But I use that analogy just to help us kind of understand a little bit better. And the simplest form of it is for me is the way I use the analogy. Whatever analogy you want to use, it's just a question of are you playing with your yes? Your yes is important. And when you say yes, are you going all the way in? Are you just saying yes because everybody else is saying yes? Then why are you saying yes? But do you believe in your heart of hearts that your yes that you have just given to somebody for whatever reason, do you believe in your heart of hearts that you're going to go through with it? Delaspa, Delaspa has given my yes to our coach for a 21-day, I don't even know what it was, 21-day challenge. She wrote it down for me. She says, yo, Karen's in. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm in. But it's fine for me. I know it's done in love, and I couldn't catch the live the night that my coach had it. So I said, okay, fine, no problem. It's 21 days, 21 days. It is what it is. Fine. And, I'll do it with no problem. It's not a problem for me. But Is your yes, are you giving it your all? Don't say yes just to please other people. Your yes has to be something that comes from you. You also have to give your yes when you are ready. But it's in the yes and getting into the yes which will actually change your life. You want to make sure that when you're giving your yes that you're going full-fledged in. Because nobody knows, you're saying yes to whatever they're offering at the time, you know, but then you realize once you get more involved in your yes, and you realize that, I'm really starting to like this, and I'm really starting to put me first. Because when you say yes to something, you're really saying yes to yourself. Maybe people don't realize that, but the yes that you say to a coach, a yes that you say to a weight loss program, a yes that you say um to teach a class, a yes that you say to, oh, I'm gonna take this job. Any yes that you give, it's a yes to yourself. It's a yes to you. So you're totally betting solely on you, which is amazing. And it's great to bet on you. I would rather bet on me than to wait and bet on somebody else. Then you got to wait. Oh, this happened. They can't do it. Then this happened. They can't do it. You're waiting on them for your success. You're waiting on them to help you follow through whatever it is you want to follow through with in life. You have to be ready, willing, and able to rely on you. To say, yeah, okay, I can do this. Whether it means you're doing it by yourself, whether it means you're doing it with somebody else. But if you don't believe in you right out the gate, then who else will? So you have to be very strong and stand very firm in your yes, and mean it. No matter what happens, mean it. Because no one said it's going to be easy. You're going to have ups and downs. But a yes to anything that you want to commit to is a yes to yourself. And it's great when you can, it's great when you can do things for yourself and actually say, I did it. But it's also even more devastating when you lie to yourself. You say yes because someone else said yes. You say yes in your own time. Your yes is for you. No matter what you're saying yes to, the yes is for you. It has to be something you've made up in your mind. What if you guys said yes to that you really didn't want to say yes to? Are you, just doing it because somebody else does it? Are you really living up to your yes? Are you living in your yes? Because your yes to whatever it is should be something that you want to do, not something that someone else wants you to do. Your yes should be something that you can get up and do every day. Because your yes is almost like your why, right? So if you have to get up and do something every day, and you only, and it's depending on the yes that you gave, and the yes that you gave is a yes because someone else said it, is that really like you doing it for you? It's just a question. Is it you really doing it for you? Or are you doing it to appease other people? You have one life to live, and you need to live your life to the fullest, the way you want to, not the way others want you to. Do what makes you happy, not what makes other people happy. So, jumping rope was a great thing that I love to do. I love jumping rope. I love jumping rope. And there's two sides to jumping rope, right? You either the jumper, right? You're jumping in the rope, or you're the one turning the rope. There's some people that just was really good at turning and never wanted to get in. And you would say, oh, it's your turn. They would say, no, 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 I don't want to do that. I'm good at turning. So they limited themselves to just turning because they were afraid that someone was going to judge them when they jump in the rope and they get tangled. Or they jump in a rope and, they don't pick up their feet and the rope gets stuck around their foot, which is a part of following through in a process when you're learning how to do something. That's just what it is. It's something that happens. But if you don't ever say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to do this, which is your yes, and say, I'm going to do it anyway. You keep doing it and you keep doing it and then you become better at it. And that's what it's about. The goal is for you to make sure that when you give your yes, that it is your yes and no one else's yes. Make sure that you're not standing outside that rope just watching, being a spectator. Get in the rope. Again, the blessing is in the rope. Don't be concerned about what other people are saying. Oh, you can't do it. Oh, you can't this. Because the same people that's telling you that you can't do it, are they standing there trying to get into the rope, even looking? They stand on the sideline saying what you can't do because you know what? They've always been afraid to jump in the rope and say, you know what, I can do this. There's nothing to be afraid of. You just have to depend on you. You have to put yourself first. And when you give your yes, stand tall in it, stand strong in it, and be very confident in what your yes is and what it means to you. Because your yes will take you further than where you are now. If you're in a position that you don't want to be in, you say yes to something that you really want to do, your yes will take you from the whatever the position is that you're in now and take you to where you really want to be. And then when you do get up and live and work in that yes or whatever that yes is, it won't even seem like work. You'll be doing it, and it's like you would do it without pay. So your yes is important. Your yes is important. And when you say it, when you raise your hand, make sure it's because you wanted to do it, not from anybody else. Not from anybody else. It's very important to make sure that you don't stand outside watching. You don't want to watch from the sidelines. You want to be able to get in and get dirty. It's fine. But then you think about you jump rope every day, right? You get in the rope and you jump in rope. After a while, it becomes a lot easier, right? Then you can do tricks. You don't start off doing tricks. You do the regular 1, 2, 1, 2, like you're running in place. 1, 2, 1, 2, right? But then after a while, you get confident and you start spinning around on one foot and you turn around and you're doing all these things. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm really getting the hang of this. And then you realize, I'm so glad I jumped into this rope. And then the next day come, you do it again. And you're like, oh, I really like this. And then, being who you are, you're like, oh, I really like this. Let me try. Let me turn and let somebody else. And the turn is like, no, I just want to turn. I just want to turn. But don't let that deter you from jumping in the rope and jumping your way into a better life. It's important for you to do it. What other people do, you cannot control. But what you can control is what you do and how you do it and how you respond to your yes and how your yes will move you through in your life in an amazing way. So whenever you feel like, I want to stay on the sidelines, I don't want to do this, ask yourself, why am I saying I don't want to do it? Ask yourself, why am I saying it? There's a reason why you're saying, I don't want to do it. And maybe you didn't think about it. Maybe you really don't think about it much, but there's a reason why you're saying it. You're saying it because someone told you can't do it, or you feel that you're not good enough. That right there is a big deal. That not good enough. And the whole thing is what you're telling yourself, because you never know who's watching you, right? And the same person that has said to you that, oh, don't do that because, they never say, don't do it this way because I did it and it didn't work. But why don't you try it that way? It's never that. It's always, don't do that. It doesn't make no sense to do that. It doesn't work. It doesn't this. It doesn't that. It works. It works. But it didn't work for them. So because they were unsuccessful in it, they assume that everybody will be unsuccessful in it. And that's just absolutely not true at all. So when it comes to jumping rope, because that's the analogy that I use, make sure that you are not just turning. Make sure that you get in the rope and you jump and you jump and you jump. And you make sure that as you're jumping, you're learning. With every twist and turn, you're learning. It's making you stronger. It's making you more confident. You're like, wait a minute, I really can do this. And then you start to build your confidence even more. And then you start to say, to the turner, come on, you can do this. And then you start encouraging other people. And you realize that you are much happier on that side once you're in the rope. Like I said, the blessing is in the rope. The challenge is the hard part is getting in. Once you get in, now what you going to do with it? Because if you jumping in because somebody else is doing it, that's a problem. Because when they ask that person what they're going to do, they'll be able to say, hey, I'm going to do A, B, C, and D. When they ask you, you're looking around. You're looking for you're looking for somebody to say, hey, you're doing this. You're looking for someone to give you the answer. But that's why you never raise your hand when somebody else raised their hand. Never follow. Never be a follower. You should always be a leader. Be a leader. Be original. Have your own original content. Make sure that you are living in what you want to live in, not what they want you to live in. Make sure that you are happy in what you do. And if you find that you are not happy, try to figure out what has made you unhappy and how that can change and how you can change it. Don't be the person that complains about being unhappy, but every day keep going to the same place saying, this place is this place is that. No. At some point, you have to say, you know what, this place may be this, but how do I change it to make it what I want it to be for me? And if whatever that is, if it means you can't stay, then you can't stay. If it means that you have to move from one department to the next, then that's what you have to do. But if it means you need an entire change of scenery, do it. You have one life to live. And the way you want to live it is not miserable. The way you want to live it is happy. You want to make sure you're living your best life. Yes, you're going to get older. But when you are living your best life and you jump in the rope and you're jumping and you're answering to your yes and you're learning how to grow in your yes, when you get old, you're going to get old gracefully because you're going to glide through life because you're doing what your heart desires, not what everyone else wants for you. And now, look, you've mastered jumping rope. You can open up your own little, you have your little tournaments you're going through, and just jumping rope has helped you do a lot. And you think about what jumping rope does for you. Jumping rope is a great exercise. Helps to build muscle. It helps to create clarity. And you're getting all that inside the rope. Because think about when you're on the outside of the rope and you're just trying to figure it out. It's a little confusing. Like, do I go when this hand is high? Do I go when this hand is low? When do I go? When do I go? And this whole stop and I'm going and I'm come back and I'm going. It can create some anxiety, but I think you create more anxiety once you stay outside the rope. Jump in the rope. Jump in the rope. Enjoy your life. Jump in the rope. Enjoy it. We have one life to live. All the things we have going on. Hi, Estanda. How are you? You have all these things going on, and why not? The question I was asking this evening, Estanda, was, are you playing jump rope with your yes? So, and what does that mean to you, Estanda, when you hear me ask that question? Are you playing jump rope with your yes? It means different things to different people. The last one said it makes her wonder if she's truly going all in with her yes. What does that mean to you, Estanda? So, people just have to realize that you stand in one spot in life all your life, you will miss a bunch of things. You have to be able to say, okay. Yeah, I thought so too, Estanda. I thought so too. So, people just stand there and let life pass them by, but the blessing is in the rope. Get in the rope. You will not get your blessing standing outside that rope just trying to figure out. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? That's it. See? And that's what I'm saying, Estanda. People stand outside the rope and they just going like this. And is it fear holding them back? Is it somebody laughing in the background saying, oh, look how they're doing this? They're not even, look, their shoes are untied or their shoes are this, just trying to criticize and be the sideline critic. Meanwhile, they on the sideline being the critic. They didn't volunteer to jump they behind in the rope and say, okay, I'm going to do it. Yeah. But if you stay in the rope, the blessing is in the rope. If you stay jumping, no matter what they're saying, you keep going. And you build that momentum and it's clearing your mind and it's building muscle. That's right. Jump in. Because you're not doing anything standing outside that rope but contemplating and telling yourself why you can't do it, why you shouldn't do it. And you got the little hecklers in the back. Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, they can't do that. Not you. You are the one that's going to be the one to break the generational curses in your family. You are going to be the one to stand out and do what everybody else was supposed to do. They shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and give you a bunch of excuses, but you are the one. That's why you are when you go to the turner and say, "Oh, come on and try." No, I just want to turn. That's somebody that's not what they're doing. They're not ready to jump in the rope. And you want to know why? It's always you. Everybody else is standing around watching you. I always said, sometimes people say, "Oh, this happened," and everybody went except me. And everybody did this except me. And everybody did that except me. You're an exceptional person. You're extraordinary. God put some extra pizzazz on you so you can be the one to make the change. Not everybody believes in themselves enough to jump in that rope and say, you know what, I'm going to do it. No matter what anyone says, I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump in the rope. And I don't care that my shoes have holes in it. I don't care that, I don't have it all together. I don't care. My yes is important to me because when I raise my hand and say yes, I'm saying yes to me. And you have to be able to say yes to yourself to make a change in your life. When you raise your hand, yes, I'll do it. You know what? I'll do it. You're saying yes to yourself. And who's more important? You're important. You wake up every day. You do all these things every day. You are important. Your yes matters. And you matter. So why not rock out? Learn to jump rope every day. Do something different. Learn a new trick in the rope every day. Because as you're doing that, it's helping you progress through life and learn different methods of how to handle things when it come your way, as opposed to standing outside that rope as a spectator, not living up your full potential because you want to live in fear. Fear is a very, very, very hard thing to break for some people, but fear can hold you back. Fear holds you back. Fear is not your friend. Fear will have you, and the funny thing about fear is you're fearing something that hasn't even happened. It's all in your head. So how do you know these things are going to happen? And because you don't know, it's just the anxiety of it all. The whole thing you're fearing is what could happen. Is no guarantee that it will happen. But if you sit in what could happen and don't believe in yourself enough to make it happen for you the right way, you're the spectator on the sideline. You may as well be heckling yourself. You're the spectator on the sideline. You have to believe in yourself. You and only you can make a change in your life. So I say, that's right. That's right. You are absolutely right, Asanda. No one else will believe in you if you don't. If you don't believe in what you're selling, who else is going to? Nobody's going to buy it from you. Nobody's going to buy it from you. You have to sell yourself first. You have to sell it to you first. If you don't believe it, no one else will. No one else will. So I say, jump in the rope. When I said yes to whatever I need to do to make changes for me, and it was very, very hard for me to make changes where I worked at. But I knew, you know what, that the where I was working, the department I was working was not serving me well. It had run its course. Though I loved my coworkers, though I loved the doctors I worked with, I had to leave. I didn't stay for them, right? And then I had the question, why am I staying? Am I staying for them? Am I staying for me? Because after a while, it wasn't even about me. It's never really about me, but I wasn't staying for me. And I could not answer the question. That's when I knew it was time to go. Did it break my heart? Absolutely. But because I said yes, my blessing came walking in the next day and offered me the job. And when I was faced with it, I was like, what do I do? And my friend said to me, listen, God has given you a gift. Take the gift. Don't question it. Take the gift. And I kept saying, I don't know. And she said, don't do that. Don't do that. Take the gift. And I said, you know what? She said, why not? What do you have to lose? You're right. What do I have to lose? I've been doing this for this many years. I'm knowledgeable. I can do this. And it worked out. No problems, no issues. I love my new department. I've been there for like 5-6 years now. But the fact is, when I was thinking of this topic tonight, I started thinking about all the times that I was standing outside the rope, not betting on me. Karen, what's wrong with you? Why would you not bet on you? Bet on you. No one else is going to be like, yeah, Karen, we're going to put this bet. Nobody's doing that. Nobody is going to do that. You have to be willing to put you first. Jump in the rope. Your blessing is in the rope. And the funny thing is, as when I thought about how to, what analogy would I use, all I kept hearing was jump in. I'm like, jump in. I'm like, okay, well, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about jump rope. Yes. That's right. Exactly. You're right, Astonda. Nobody. The rope is scary sometimes to last, but it really is. But listen, everybody on this live has jumped in the rope. You ladies jumped in the rope. It was scary. But I found that I doubted myself more on the outside of that rope. Hey, Tanya, I doubted myself much more on the outside of that rope. I didn't know. Well, I'm like, what's in the rope? What's in this? Creating anxiety unnecessarily. No worries, no worries, T. Creating anxiety that was unnecessary. Because when I got in the rope, it wasn't even there. It wasn't even real. It was all in my head. I was the one holding myself back. And I could not answer when I asked myself, Karen, why won't you go with the next move? What is holding you there? What is it? And when I realized I didn't have an answer, I said, girl, well, you best to move. You better move. Why not move? Because staying is not helping you. So why not move? And I jumped in the rope and I've been jumping ever since. I have never been happier. I have never been more clear. Listen, I can tell you all the things that I do see now that I couldn't see before. Yes, I am the last one. Yes, I do. You are absolutely right. I sure do. And I didn't even realize I was doing that. Yes, the last one I do. But it's also important to bet on you. Bet on yourself. Because people will tell you, there's a bunch of naysayers in the world. A bunch of naysayers in the world. And it's because they tried it and it didn't work. And they like, oh, see, I'm not doing it no more. But how do you become good at something? You gotta keep trying if that's what you want to do. Don't ever give up on you. Don't count yourself out. Why? Why? Never do. I've seen people get beat up really bad in the first round of boxing and then come back in the second and third round and knock somebody out. So your knockout should be, the naysayers. When you jumping in that rope, when you first did it, you did it for like a minute and then all of a sudden you stop like, oh man. But now you in that rope. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and every day you building stronger and stronger. Your legs are getting stronger, your mind is getting stronger, you're becoming clearer. You like, this is great. I'm loving this rope. I want to stay in this rope forever. Yeah, you are jumping in the game of life. You are jumping in the game of life. And it serves you well because when you are rocking and rolling and things are working, it creates a new you. You are not the same person you were last year. I am not the same person I was last year. I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago. I am not. And I am thankful for it. I have no fear about the changes I've made. I am very happy with the changes I've made. I am very happy about the people that I have met, the relationships that I have fostered. It is amazing when you say yes to you. Yeah, just catch your breath and just keep on going. Listen. That's what you do. You don't get it right away, but when you do, it takes time. It takes practice. And you say, oh, come on. And you still look. Now, but guess what? Now, them same turners that's turning for you, while you moving on, you're going to have to get new turners, right? Because them same people is not going to be, you going and going and going and going. Eventually, your turn is going to say, I don't want to turn this rope for you no more. Because you're doing all these tricks and I'm turning them, my hands is getting tired. But you offered them a chance to jump in the rope. And what they say, no. I just want to turn. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do that. But now they're angry at you for building that momentum, for becoming a better you, for making sure that, now your hair is growing, your skin is glowing, you're losing weight, you're doing all these tricks, and now their hands are getting tired because now they got to keep up with you. And instead of joining you in the rope and saying, I want to learn that too. I want to say yes to me. I'm not turning for you no more. Just get some new turners. It's really that simple. Or actually, you don't have to get new turners. You can buy a rope and jump up and down yourself. Jump in your own rope. You don't really need them to turn for you. You just needed them to, exactly, T. You don't really need them to turn for you. In the beginning, yeah, because you didn't know, right? You didn't know. Now you know who you are. You're clear. You're like, I got this. I'm not turning for you no more. Okay, let me get this from you. Come on, bring it in. I don't need you to turn for me. I got this. And you put it together and you wrap it around your hand and you just start going. And you going. And you just jumping up and down. You still doing the same old tricks, right? And now you got new tricks because now you by yourself. Now you don't got to worry about somebody being double-handed because now you know the rhythm you need to do it at. And you got this. Before you know it, those same people now, because now they ain't turning for you, but they still watching you. They're still watching you. Because you know what they're looking for? They're watching for you to fail. Because they still have not convinced themselves that they are important enough to say yes to themselves. So now, instead of saying yes to themselves, they're trying to look down on you and say, look at you turn that rope by yourself. You know, I could have been there with you. Nah, I'm good. Matter of fact, don't even jump rope in their presence anymore. Find some new grass, and which is what's going to happen anyway. Because you're moving and you're grooving and you're growing, you're going to find new grass. You're going to find new grass, new people, new arena, doing all these different things. You're going to be like, yeah, okay, I don't want to jump over there anyway. We're going to find some new space. And I would jump over here. And even if you're jumping by yourself, trust me, you're never by yourself. You're never by yourself. Never, never, never by yourself. Absolutely right. New grass. Exactly. New grass. Listen. That's right. That's right. New grass. New tribe, new grass. I'm with you, Mrs. Fonda. I am with you, honey. And listen, I said I love double dutch, and all I kept hearing tonight was jump in. I'm like, all right, I know what this is about. I hear what you're trying to tell me. So at first I kept saying, I don't know about this topic, right? But I'm like, you know what? It came up, and now it done come out. It came out, and I'm happy that I brought it out because people sometimes don't realize that you can be your own worst enemy. You can tear your own self down, and it's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. And women are very hard on themselves and on each other. We have to do better. We have to continue to build each other up and not always be the turner. And if my sister Delaspa comes to me, or my sister Tanya comes to me, or my sister Astanda comes to me and says, Karen, you know what? I want to jump rope. We should get this jump rope team going. I'm there. I'm there. You know what? I want to learn how to turn around. Okay, well, you know what? Let's try it this way. Let's do it that way. We're going to come up with strategies because that's what we do, and that's how we build each other up. We come up with strategies to help each other, to love on each other, to say, hey, you know what? Let's do it this way. Let's do it that way. That's what we do because we love on each other, we help each other, and we don't look down on each other. Support is important. And when you are around people that believe in themselves to raise their hand and say yes, you will never go back on your yes. You will always be there in that yes, and they will continue to help you grow in that yes. There's no going back. Once you say yes, I don't care what's happening. Never, ever, ever look back. That's what, listen, a rear view mirror only shows you where you have been. It only shows you where you have been. And you cannot drive your car looking in the rear view mirror. You will crash. You will crash. Keep looking forward. Keep looking straight ahead. Keep jumping rope. Keep jumping because you are definitely building better character, definitely building muscle, definitely building mental strength, mental clarity. It's building a new you. And what's wrong with being a better you? For you, not for anybody else. You become a better person for yourself. And then you realize you start shedding. You know, we shed skin. And when you start shedding, you start seeing those same people, they're going to slide right off like that skin you shed because they had no purpose. They were just an extra layer of mess that you didn't need from the very beginning. But because you were standing outside the rope with them, you didn't realize what they were putting on you. And you were just putting on extra layers of skin every day. Man, we going outside at 20 degrees. Come on, put on 3 coats. Put on 2 sweaters and another jacket. See them layers? They get heavy. They get heavy. And ain't nothing but layers of mess. Then you said, spring is here. You know, sun is shining. I want to go outside. I want to jump some rope. Don't you start jumping on rope around people that want you to carry them layers. Because I told you, they're going to stand outside. You can't do that. You can't do this. Then you start peeling off because now you're hot. You're trying to jump in all these coats and sweaters and stuff. Now you're peeling it off. And you realize, you know, it's heavy. It was unnecessary. It's nice outside. I'm ready to be a new me. I'm ready to be a new person. I'm ready to look at life differently. I'm ready to bet on me. And when you do that, you open up the floodgates of positivity. You open up the floodgates of love. As long as you keep your heart pure and your mind clear and your hands open to receive, your life will take off in a way that you would have never imagined. As long as you stay around positive people and keep jumping, your life is going to be more amazing than you could ever imagine. Because I could not imagine where I am now. I could not have imagined it. But that's because I was with negative people. Negative people have a way of making you see things or not letting you see things the way it should be, because they want you to see things the way they do. When people have no vision, be careful hanging around people that don't have vision. Be careful who you tell your hopes and dreams to. Sometimes it's best to just sit on your hopes and ideas like a duck sits on the egg. Just sit. Because you tell it to the wrong person, they will try to kill your dream. And they will continue to beat it down because they are not prepared and they don't want to get out of their own way to actually have a dream of their own. So please be careful. Please remember to love on yourself first. Love you first. Love you first. Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Love you first. That's right. Close your mouth. That's right. Close your mouth. It is, Tanya, very, very, very true. It's very true. Close your mouth. That's right. And that's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You be quiet, you start listening. People start saying all kind of stuff. And you thinking, now why would they say that? That ain't right. That don't sound right. Then you start really, really understanding who you sitting with. And sometimes sitting with these people, you be like, this ain't right. You start saying to yourself, the first thing I say is, sound like some mess. And I will get my stuff and I'll be like, I'm out. I can't do no mess. And people are like, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I'm just ready to go. I'm leaving. Because it's mess. I can't do that. I can't do that. Because now that's up on you. And then it changes your mood. We don't have time for that. We got to get ready. We got to get ready because 2022 is here. And we are, 3 months in? We still have much jumping to do. Much jumping to do. And that's right, can't do the mess. I like jumping. I like double dutch. Can't tell me that I don't. I love it. Did it all my life. And for me and Tanya, it's a specific finger. So not the church finger. Not the church finger. Not the excuse me finger. Not the excuse me finger. But I hear you. And you just move on respectfully. Respectfully, I can't do this. This is not for me. Because you will not be able to have your hands open to receive in a space of negativity. Because what are you going to receive? Negativity. I don't want to be open to that. I don't want to be open to that at all. At no point do I want to be open to some mess, some negative mess. Because I like who I am. I love me. I wouldn't want to be anybody else in this world but me. Despite what I've gone through in life, I could not have asked for a better husband. I could not have ever asked for better children. I could not have ever asked for better friends, for a better sisterhood, for a better tribe. No matter what I'd gone through, I could not have asked for a better mother, a better sister, brother. I could never have asked for anything better than what I have now because I couldn't think that far. But once I got in the rope and realized it's fun here, I like it here. I can do great things here. And it's because I was able to live in that positivity that when I was ready to say, you know what, I need to do this. I need to build this business. I need to do this. My kings in my household, my kings supported their queen and said, you got this, and we got you, and we got your back. Whatever you need to do, we got you. When it came to my education, we got you. Wholeheartedly, we got you. My mother, we got you. And that's what I'm talking about. When you are betting on you and you jump in the rope and say yes to yourself, positivity flows. And everything positive starts to come to you. And your life starts to flourish. And you're like, oh my gosh. People talk about having $1 million homes. You can have all of that. But if behind that closed door you are miserable, then what is the sense of having it? Don't bet on you to be something that somebody else wants you to be. Bet on you because you can do it for you. There's nothing worse than living somebody else's dream. I would hate to wake up every night and be like, ooh, I dreamed the same thing you dreamed the other night. No, thank you. I like to have my dreams. I like to have my thoughts. Because that's what makes me unique and that's what makes me who I am. And if I couldn't be unique in my thoughts and in what I do, I wouldn't be able to be what I am to everybody else that I do things for. My job would not be so fulfilling to me. I wouldn't love what I did if I had to be somebody else every single day. I this whole putting on a mask and taking it off every day, my skin is too sensitive. I don't need to be all scratched up. That's okay. I like my face. I like being myself. I love being myself. And I love my life. And it's only going to continue to get better from here on out. The only thing that could stop me, the only one that could stop me, the only person that would ever get in my way would be me. Because people like to get in their own way. I said yes to me, and I will continue to say yes to me every day that I wake up. Because I am definitely living my best life. And it's going to get better. I'm excited about 2022. My whole tribe, we've been talking about 2022 before it came. And like, oh, 2022 is going to be an amazing year. And it has. We are doing the thing. And it just, every day, it just reminds me of, I'm glad you said yes, Karen. I'm glad you said yes. Dr. Allie would be very happy. She was happy I said yes. Because she knows and she sees everything. Yes. I'm very happy that we said yes. See? Very happy. Okay, that's what fear is. I know that's right. You better get it, Delaspa. Nobody better not become they better get it. They better know. Everybody in this tribe is amazing and awesome. And we are doing it. And I'm so happy that we're doing it and we're helping each other do it. But I'm all for the support. I'm all for the love. Because when you never had those things before and you have it, you never let it go. Because you know what it means to you to have these things. So, though my past was not what I wanted to be, it has helped mold me to be who I am today. It has helped push me past fears that I never thought that I would get past. And I'm thankful for it. I wouldn't change it at all. Despite what it was, I wouldn't change it at all. Because it has helped to make me who I am today. So, keep jumping rope, guys. It will change your life. Keep saying yes to you because you matter. Your yes matters. And you're important. So with that, I bid you all good night. I love you. And I will be back tomorrow with an awesome topic. I don't know what it is yet, but it's going to be good. Good night.